been a while, but excited to be back playing for the hometown team, really, being from San Diego. This is awesome. Dream come true, really, to be able to put the Bolts helmet on. So thank you guys for having me, and any questions, I'm ready to answer.
What made you want to come back?
It was always in my thought process, honestly. My last year in New York, I had a pretty significant Liz Frank injury. Didn't get the surgery, so I missed 9 games, and I played through it. But it was rough playing through that, so I figured it'd be best if I took the year off and kind of see where I was at afterwards. So I wanted to be around the game still, so that's why I took the internship with the Ravens and was doing my scouting. And, that itch just never went away. Pre-game, I'd go down pregame, and I'd be sizing the guys up, the players up. I'm like, man, I was just playing against you guys a few months ago. So, I kind of had that itch still, and I knew that was kind of what I wanted to do once the season was over last year. So.
What was it like working under Joe and working in that scouting department?
Oh, working scouting it was a great experience. Working under Joe, obviously, the Ravens have the utmost respect when it comes to the front office part, and I was able to see that side of the game, experience that type of work. I see the scouts now around here, and I tell them I have the utmost respect for them now for what they do behind the scenes. They really don't get as much credit as they should for what they do for the organization. So it was a really good experience for me, and working for Joe. I mean, I've had talks with him a little bit, just about how much I missed it and, how much I still had that itch in me. So.
Did you scout any of the guys you're playing with now?
I did. So it was kind of weird when I seen Ladd in person, because I was watching him a lot on tape. I'm like, I really like this guy. He's really good, and he had really good routes. But what I really liked about Ladd was what jumped out on tape for me was his blocking. With his size, I thought he blocked well. And yeah, I don't want to sound like a scout right now. So it's crazy because I talked to the guys, and I'm like, oh man, because I was just watching Justin Herbert, and I was just talking. I'm like, I was just mesmerized how tall. I didn't know he was that tall, and then it's just his arm talent and everything. And everybody's like, dang, you really were a scout, huh? I was like, yeah, my bad. So, yeah.
Have you been telling guys what you saw
No,
as a scout?
no.
Or do you keep that to
No, I try and keep that separate. There's a couple guys on the team too. I'm like, whoo, I was watching your tape was so good, but I just keep that to myself.
Where you're at, kind of getting back acclimated to the NFL, kind of up to speed with the new scheme and the safety room as a whole?
Yeah, so luckily and fortunate for me, the scheme is the same that I ran in Baltimore. Jesse Minter was the assistant DB coach when I signed there in 2017, so I got to spend a few years with him. And then even when I was in New York, I was with Wink Martindale, the same scheme, same terminology and everything. So that part's been kind of the easy part. The tougher part really was the physical aspect, because I could train as hard as I want, but you can't really emulate football practice. So, I've been working through that first couple of days were kind of rough, but I feel like I've gotten into my groove now, and physically, I think I'm on the upward of it.
Yourself, AJ Finley, Derwin, Alohi. What do you make of just the safety room as a whole, and kind of how you guys bring it to practice?
I love the safety room. I think it's very versatile. I think everybody can play any position, and that's what this defense is predicated off of at that position. Obviously, Derwin can play pretty much anywhere, and he's just a maniac, just a physical freak, football freak, just a great leader also. Alohi, he has a lot of – I got to play with Eric Weddle, and there's a lot of similar traits that emulate Eric Weddle with him, and it's not just because of the number and the finger tape, but the mental aspect of it too, and his burst to the ball and stuff like that. So then you got AJ Finley, a guy who's got size, not to sound like a scout again, but just a guy who's versatile as well. JT Woods is a blazer, fast, and put him anywhere. And then we got the young guys, undrafted guys who were in basically the same shoes I were when I entered the league as an undrafted free agent. So I'm there to lean on them, and any questions they have, I know I'm there for them.
What's it been like working with Coach Harbaugh?
I love working for Harbaugh. Funny story, my freshman year going to sophomore year, I went to a full contact camp at Stanford, and he was the head coach there. And I had a pretty good first few plays, and he called me over. He's like, "We're going to talk after practice," and he offered me up there, and I committed right away. So we shared that story when I first saw him too, and then I got to play him a lot when I was in Arizona, and he was with the 49ers. So we've had that after every game we talk, and we just had that respect and relationship, and it's kind of funny watching him get up and talk because it kind of reminds me of his brother over in Baltimore a little bit. Same personality, same mannerisms, but it's been really fun. It's been really good to be around this culture.
Are they, Jim and John, how are they alike and different, if you could go into it a little bit?
Personality-wise, you could tell they're brothers. You could tell they're related. But for me, both of them just love football, and they love winning. They love taking care of their players, and they make the environment fun. They make the environment welcoming, even for new guys like me who came in for mini camp. And then now I feel like I've been here for a while already, and it's just been, like I said, very welcoming.
Is there anything Jim's said or done that stood out to you? You've had different people share different things he's done over the offseason, different phrases he said or things in meetings.
I think the most important really is just building a bully here, but having the healthiest team, and that's what he wants to do. That's how he's formulating everything. That's how he wants the practices to go, and I think having Herb and Sal and Marco, everybody in the training room, it's been so good for me as far as keeping my body healthy and keeping my body ready to go every day. So I'm excited about that.
How's dad life?
Dad life, it's great. I channeled some inner dad strength now, so I might have the best season ever. Dad strength. I got a little bit. The first couple of days were rough. I snuck away last night to sleep in the team hotel. I said I got to work, so that was my excuse. But yeah, so I stole some sleep. I'll have to make it up later on. Yeah. I'm working on that still.
How's first couple weeks of training camp been?
It's been good. It's been great. It's been very different from the past. Good, different. Obviously, you guys see the environment, the people, just the cultural change, the buy-in, and I think being in it, you kind of feel it. You feel it's just different. So I've been enjoying it. It's been right up my alley, and I'm excited to just keep going.
What about it stands out to you that makes this different?
You see Coach Harbaugh with his cleats on, doing all the stuff that we're doing after practice. That's a big change. He's a guy who leads the right way, leads by example, and he runs a tight ship. He just changes the way that we operate, and you could see it on every level, every part of the organization. That's for one, and just the buy-in to the people. Obviously having a baby was huge, and him and his staff and Coach, Joe Ortiz just really opening up me, his family, and support, and my baby girl. So that's a good feeling to have, from football coach. Most football coaches don't really get too involved with that stuff, but it means a lot to him. So that's a big change.
Coming into camp, obviously there's a bit of a competition at the third safety spot. We talked to you in the spring about how that was initially what you were playing, and then you sort of, that's how you cracked into the defense, worked your way up from there. Just what's your assessment of sort of where that spot is that? We've seen AJ in there, obviously a decent amount, but just
Yeah.
how do you think that competition's coming along?
Oh, it's going great. I mean, everyone's getting better. So, it's cool to see. Like I was in that position as well. Those reps are limited, and you have to take advantage of every opportunity. And I think, those guys are doing a good job. AJ, JT, TJ, obviously a older vet. And then the younger guys are coming along and trying to earn their stripes as well. But it's a good competition right now, and I'm just excited to be a part of it and just help everyone along the way. Because the better the competition, the better we are as a unit. And at the end of the day, we want to be as strong as possible because, like everyone knows, this season is long, and it takes everyone for us to compete on a high level. And you have to be a guy who's able to step in, like I was in those positions, and help us win games. So that because I have that perspective, I know how it feels. I'm constantly trying to build that and instill it into them to be able to prepare for those moments, because it could be anyone, and you have to be ready, and it could change your career, and it has for me. So. Yeah.
How is this training camp different from the last one that you had?
Very different. It's hard to put exact words to it. It's just a different energy. And for me personally, I personally just align with it. Just a no nonsense. There's not a lot of gray area in this business and this operation, and we're just trying our best to find ways to get better and to win games, and that's just point blank period. And in every way possible, Coach Harbaugh is just a maniac with that, trying to find every little way, and it bleeds into everyone. So I really love it, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna keep continuing to build on it and help my game and help the others around me. So that's the best way I can explain that.
What do you think of that new building?
Oh, so cool, man! It's like a Disneyland. It's like my own personal Disneyland. So I get to come to this every day. It doesn't get better than this.
As far as Jesse's scheme, a lot of guys have talked about how the way he teaches it and calls it, plans it, builds it, allows guys to play fast, not think too much.
Mm-hmm.
Christian kind of described it as like he doesn't want guys stressed
Mm-hmm.
out there. Can you articulate it all? Like, how has he gone about teaching you guys the scheme and the way that it's structured that allows guys to play faster and not think as much?
Yeah, Coach Minter's great, man. I've really enjoyed working with him. First and foremost, as a coach, as a leader, his demeanor, it just bleeds confidence into guys. And whether you're a starter or even a young guy, like that's what he brings to the table. And I love being a part of it because you get to see people's game raised to another level. Whether you're a starter or a guy who's on the bubble trying to make this team, an undrafted guy, whatever it is. But I think scheme-wise, Coach Minter, he's very smart, but he finds ways to maximize the player's potential. And I think that's the way that I look at it, allowing us to use our strengths to our best advantage and, balance philosophy with simple concepts, but it allows us to play fast and also gives us freedom within the defense to use the tools that he gives us instead of boxing every set of tools. And did you do this when this? Like, he gives us that freedom, and I think that's how you build a team and build the confidence within each other, and you build that chemistry even more, and it takes out the gray area a little bit. So that's my assessment of it.